Welcome, Gemini, to a new era. My name is Emma. Gemini, this is your love reading starting today on the 25th of November. It's not so much the date as I've asked for towards the end of November until towards the end of December, about that time frame. So let's see what we can find about your love story. I'm starting with the Mystical Wisdom deck here to just get an overall picture. And all the decks are listed down below if you're interested. Overall message here for Gemini for your love reading, love story. The sun wants to come in, but then it doesn't. Dragon, beautiful. Discover your courage. So there's something and you're moving forward right now. Like perhaps you need a little push. Perhaps you need a little courage. You need to take that step, that final step to what you truly want. Or this is you have already discovered your courage, like you've discovered how much courage and courageousness that you have. And you seem to be steering that dragon, like you seem to be very much in control of it. So let's see what that is. Let's find out what's going on here for you. So we're starting with the basic information, your basic energy around your love story. Ooh. So first card out is balance. Find your balance. And then we have number 4. Wow. Yeah, you seem to be juggling a lot right now, whether you're in a committed relationship or whether you're single. There seems to be a lot going on for you, Gemini. And usually I would say that's always the case. Like you always have 10 different things going on at the same time usually, but this seems to be even extra much. So there's something about trying to find a new foundation, trying to find a new basis within everything to prioritize equally much. It's almost like you're delegating. It's almost like you're sitting down and you like, okay, I need to spend equal amount of time in all of these areas in my life because perhaps it's been unbalanced. But this is all about finding the balance within everything in your life. And with the number 2, it's all about conversation, communication in relationships. And the red border is about finding that new foundation for yourself. We're going to go deeper and find out exactly what's going on here for you. And then we have 2 number 4s coming out at the same time. One is just breathe and one is opportunity beckons. And with those number 4s, it's all about your heart chakra. It's all about opening that heart up and again, new foundation. So it's sort of the third indication of laying a new foundation for yourself. Whether this is, it still sort of doesn't say whether you're in a committed relationship or whether you are single. But it wants to find that foundation for yourself. So let's start with this just breathe card. This is about finding your inner being, finding your inner voice, connecting with your higher self, with this beautiful mirrored, like your personal version and your non-physical version, like coming together. And just breathe. So it really is talking about sitting in meditation, finding that inner voice, finding that connection with your inner being is really important right now. With the blue border, it's also all about your throat chakra and all about your truth, finding the most authentic version of yourself. And then opportunity beckons. It seems to be like in a very much like a startup phase, like so perhaps you just ended something. If this is a relationship you just ended or thinking about ending, it's like there's so much more out there for you. It's like, this is such a beautiful card. We have this earth. I feel like this is the earth or the moon or just a planet behind you there with the infinity sign on it. See the infinity sign there. An opportunity beckons. With the infinity sign, it talks about endless opportunities and how you're just, you know, in tune with the universe here, in tune with the night sky. Just looking out over your, you know, looking out over your resources, over your possibilities. We're going to go deeper and see what this is all about. And then we have heal. So with the 17, with the number 17, that's immortality. There's a never-endedness here. There's everything just keeps moving on in an endless cycle. And this is when you break loose. This is when you become free and you become whole. And if you look, it's even like the crystalline energy. Maybe you've heard of that. Like we're changing our energy from carbon energy into crystalline energy. I believe it's called carbon energy. Moving on up, literally moving on up. And this is you sort of taking so your heart is turning into a crystalline energy rather than the old energy that you carried. Maybe do a little read up on that if you're interested in it. And breaking loose the shackles, the chains. There's nothing holding you back now. You seem to be very free. We have that in a dragon. It's very much like a freedom, like just moving forward, finding your freedom, finding that courage to move forward in exactly your direction. So, just breathe. Can we, all of those. Let's do the fine balance first. Clarify fine balance, please. A bright future manifested through hard work and creativity. Partnering with others who share your dreams. Great progress being made. And so the 2 is clarifying the 2. So again, conversation, communication, and relationships is yet another red border. So it speaks about the laying of a new foundation here. And the laying of a new foundation is that you have come to this place where you really are looking at something beautiful. You have something really beautiful to look forward to. I see this as 2 fairies, like 2 people coming in and carry out the old, like that's a wooden boat being turned upside down that they are carrying. And then it's not, but it appears to be like what is coming through here. It almost looks like a huge ship coming in from up above. Between those 2 fairies, angels, these 2 fairies, wings, it looks like a massive ship, like a massive, almost like a cruise line is sort of coming through here. And so we carry out the boat. The little wooden boat sort of doesn't serve you anymore. The smaller life, the smaller relationship doesn't serve you anymore. We want the bigger stuff. Like you want the real connection. You want a real bright future and you want to live it and you want to feel it. It's really beautiful. But to be aware of the balance in it. I do pick up like a caterpillar. A lot of, I would say in Swedish, like this to me looks like a huge caterpillar here on the bottom that is sort of almost about to hatch, which that's not the case. That's not how it works. How you go from a caterpillar to then become a butterfly, then you need to go into your cocoon. But it's almost like I see this, like you're so close to bursting out into to become a butterfly. And that speaks about huge transformation for you. And it also speaks about this completely new life. You're going from a caterpillar life, you see everything from the ground, you move about in one way, and then you turn into this butterfly where you have a completely different perspective and you can actually fly. It's just such different perspectives. It's like you will look back and you see, I can't compare the two. I can't compare the two because they're so different. Maybe it's not that the one was so bad and the other one is so much better. It's just so different. You know, you can't compare it. I'm trying to find an analogy, but you know what I mean here. So there's a little bit there about the relationship. Like we want to move on from something that is a bit holding you in your place, if that makes sense, to a much more breaking loose. Like you want to be free. Okay, then let's clarify this opportunity card for opportunity. Ooh, that's way too many. No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to start with this King of Autumn, compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and gifted. I feel like this is you. And you have a dog laying next to you, and you might literally have a dog. But generally speaking, this dog represents trustworthiness, loyalty, friendship, faith even, and very much unconditional love. And on the bottom it says, be assertive when it comes to what you know is right. Everything going your way, a good person or company to work for. So this is like very much the emperor to me. It's like a very action-oriented person. You know what you want. You're moving forward in a very fast pace, in a very, not necessarily fast pace, in a very controlled pace. It's a very, you know what you want and you're moving forward. It can be ups and downs, it can be conflicts, it can be stuff that happens along the way, along the path, but this is like, you're set out on this. It's so interesting because the Taurus reading was so different. So it's almost easier sometimes to explain what something isn't for you to get what I mean. The Taurus reading was all about being so indecisive that you just can't make up your mind, and because you can't make up your mind, you keep attracting things that then is evidence that you can't make up your mind. You know, you're being continuously given things for you to then not being able to make up your mind. This is the opposite. It's a very solid, I know what I want, I know what I'm going for. And like I said, it's not like it can't be ups and downs, and it can't be things that you sometimes need to sort of make a decision about. I just feel like you know what you want. And maybe for the first time in a long time, you trust yourself, you feel loyal to yourself, and you feel loyal to the closest, like your closest soul tribe, your family members, friends. There is a single feeling coming over me here, like you're single and perhaps even have broken up from a relationship quite recently. And then we have the Tower 16. Let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. An important life-changing event. A situation that leads to significant opportunities. And that's what we have with the clarifying of opportunities here. It's 16, which is all about sudden shifts and sudden changes. And this sudden shift for you... Okay, so two things coming through here. I believe that this sudden shift for you has already happened in the way that it has changed your course, perhaps coming out of this old relationship. Whatever that was, something happened in your life where you changed your course. You were going to go down a different path, maybe not the path that you thought to begin with. And then it's so beautiful because then we have all these butterflies circling around here, wanting to make themselves known, like there's huge transformation going on here. And then I feel like this Tower moment also has not happened yet. and it's connected to this beauty, which is a new person coming in. So whether this old situation was due to you letting go of an old person, they don't necessarily have to be old, but letting go of a previous relationship, has now led you to take like a new path. And this fairy standing behind you is like, it just shows that you have so much support along the way. I feel like you're very, very guided. It's divinely guided what you want. It's in alignment with what you want, and you're going to be guided there. Sometimes, you know, the guidance feel maybe a bit tough. Like sometimes we get those quiet nudges. Oh, I started saying like you got nudges, and maybe you need a little push to like get out there, to change something, to be a bit brave, or you found your bravery. And now I think it's both. So sometimes we get a little nudge, we get a little hint, we get a little push about what to do. Not because, you know, Spirit said so, but because you've said that you want something. And then if you can't seem to go there, you can't seem to make it work or make that happen, Spirit is literally going to come in and just push you out there, and so that you go for it. Like the energy will eventually break, and so you will go for whatever you said you wanted to go for. That has already taken place. And then another tower moment is happening, but it's not going to happen in a way that you feel like it's bad. It's just going to shift everything for you. And what the shift is your new person. The Sun. This person is going to bring so much happiness to you. They're going to bring so much joy. And with the number 19 there, we're talking about the Prince of Heaven or the Princess of Heaven, meaning that this is your person being sent from heaven, coming in. And there's a lot of sunflowers around you, and it's a unicorn. And if you heard me talk before, you know that the unicorns and the peacocks are my indicator that a soulmate connection is around you. And I love how this is like a person that is breaking down your walls. I don't know which one had this in the past. I think it could have been, I'm not going to say because I'm not too sure. I just know that I got the same feeling from it, that there really is somebody coming and breaking down your walls. So if there's some sort of wall that you still have up, some sort of guard, you feel like you need to guard yourself a bit, Gemini, I feel like this person, it's not like they're going to tear something down that you don't want to have been torn down. It's just that they have a way around that guard. They have a way of getting through to you, which you want, because you would rather not have that guard up, and you would rather be just like an open book with an open heart if you could. So when that person comes in to just, you know, be in a certain way, trustworthy, loyal, a friend first, they look a bit fully fan, I would say in Swedish. Like they look a bit like they have something up their sleeve, like they are a bit tricky, like but they're the kindest soul, compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and gifted. The kindest soul. The Sun is so beautiful, what you're stepping into. So this is the clarifier for your connecting in with your inner being and your a lot of opportunities here. And then we clarify this heal for your love story. Two of Winter. So this is, and it's interesting because this is sort of after you become this butterfly. You are a fairy with you almost don't see that because you're so see-through, but like what looks a bit dark here in the back is actually that little boy's wings, like fairy wings. There's a musical instrument here. Some of you guys might really be into music, really like lifts your soul and lifts your spirit every time you hear music, every time you play music. The Two Winter is two is all about conversation and communication in relationships. There is a bit of an indecisive feeling here, like we had for Taurus. Nowhere near it though. That comes out with the heel. So I just feel like with this card coming out as a clarifier for the healing card, for the immortality card, it is just talking about how you sometimes are fully, like sometimes we just ship it out literally. Sometimes you just replace, like, okay, so this needs to go, this needs to go, this needs to go. Such a forward movement card. And so the new ships can come in. It's like we almost don't have time to move the old boat because the new ship is coming in. And it's such a knowing. It's such a knowing, like this. You just know who you are, you just know yourself, you know your course, you know your path. And then every once in a while, you're getting back into the old feelings, the old relationship thoughts. What didn't work out? Why didn't it work out? What happened there? Why did I do that? Why did they do that? Why did they not do that? You know, whatever has happened for you. It's a bit of a mental game there. And sometimes, Gemini, you just need to work it out intellectually. That's very much the Gemini sign. The zodiac sign for Gemini is very much, I need to work it out intellectually before I can move on. And if there's any sort of unanswered questions, you might sometimes get a bit caught up in those, like trying to figure out what happened in the past. But that actually is hindering you from moving forward because you have figured all that out. It's not a, I don't think it's a secret to you. I don't think it's really any unanswered questions, because the real question that you need answered is, do you want to move forward? What has now opened up for you? What have you become? And you seem to be ruled by the dragon right now, which is all about courageousness and moving forward and taking action and being brave. And so every once in a while, which is human, you're a human, and every once in a while you're going to sort of go back and thinking about stuff, being maybe even a bit nostalgic. But more often than not, you will break free. Those chains will come off of you. If there's any type of codependency, that will end. So we might be a bit in like, have left a relationship and are in a bit in between, but we're also talking about a new relationship coming in. So somewhere in between energy here. So what else do we want to tell Gemini? What else do we want to tell Gemini, please? Yeah. We are being we are I'm finding out, you're finding out, isn't that news to you? But like, we have overcome something. There is a shield. Okay, so let's start with the shield. There is a little bit of a guard in this up. This looks like a big guard, but it's like challenging times. It has been challenging times, and it probably still is. Like I said, every once in a while, you're getting back into those old feelings and you feel, for some reason, guilt or shame. And I don't think that is yours to carry. There's something about feeling guilt or shame, and whether that is true, that you should feel guilty or you should feel ashamed, work it through and let it go, because those two emotions are the worst emotions that you can carry around. It's just not beneficial for you. It's not beneficial. Like, you can still, if there's any some sort of, I don't know, that you need to forgive somebody else or somebody else needs to forgive you, It's like I'm saying, it's easier if you look at it from a standpoint of like, okay, so today you feel like you don't have enough money. So is it going to give you more money just on the spot by you feeling angry, upset, or worried? Probably not. Is it going to make you have more money on the spot if you feel happy, excited, and passionate? Probably not. So why not choose positive, happy, and excited? Because it doesn't really matter in this very moment. What does matter in 5 minutes, in 15 minutes, certainly in 30 days, is if you chose the positive, excited, passionate feeling. I just want to say it doesn't really matter in this very instantaneous moment what you're choosing. We think that we need to choose to feel worried and maybe even say, I don't choose it, I am worried. Yeah, so you are locking yourself into those emotions. It's like you don't have to choose worried or fearful or guilty or ashamed. You can still shift the situation. You do not have to carry those emotions around. There's something that has wanted you to pull your guard up to protect yourself. You're going to overcome this. And like I said, there's this person coming in that is going to work around that guard. Do you see how they're coming through that brick wall? This is your soulmate, sort of doesn't really care for... They don't care that you have that up. They don't see that guard in you. They see you. But I also want to say, like, this is challenging times and you overcame them. It's number 5, so there's a great opportunity for change here. Another number 5, which then has led you into this most beautiful place. There's no hardship. There's no trials and tribulations, conflict, arguments. That sort of doesn't always have the potential for growth. And you seem to really have taken that on, because you're fully dressed in purple here, and now you're teaching what you know to others. So you become very, very wise through this whole situation. You really have upgraded yourself, and maybe even have started to have this feeling of, wow, if I know what I know now and have come to terms with and have understood through my journey, maybe there's other people that are going to benefit from knowing this. So maybe there's even a wanting to sort of share this with other people. So there's the second number 5. So you really have overcome something, overcome this relationship, overcome this past. And also there's a great opportunity for change, and I feel like you're taking it. And definitely with the Tower, you have taken it, whether you were pushed to take it. Like a situation that is just not beneficial for you anymore. So whatever you all of a sudden did to break it off, or what all of a sudden happens with a person doing to you that have it break off, it's what you wanted. Maybe you didn't want the actual experience of why you went your separate ways, but at the end of the day, you wanted it. And they did too. To then come into, so I love how we have like 2 number 5s, to then lead up to this other card I'm just going to show you in a minute. I just want to give you, like, it's like we have 2 Tower moments to then leading to this most beautiful relationship coming in. Your divine counterpart, this person that's going to bring you so much beauty. And this is exactly what this is talking about. Seek the truth. So we have a lot of blue borders here. So this is very much, it's very much Gemini. The blue is very much Gemini for me. It's a throat chakra. It's talking your talk, walking your walk, speaking your truth, your most authentic version. This is you seeking when 2 minds become one. Like we see those 2 faces. Like one face here is facing that way, and then the other facing this other way. And then it's like a blending of the 2. So in the middle, where am I? In the middle. It's hard when it's mirrored. In the middle here, they blend, they meet. Meeting of masterminds, they come together. It's like, and there you want to open it up. Like you want those 2 minds to come together. I'm going to go deeper and find out more about this. Maybe take a little look at who this person is and see what's going on here for you in the extended. So if you feel like this is your story, then you're welcome to the extended reading. The link is in the description box down below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye, Gemini.